recently I've found myself going back to play Black Ops 4. Maybe because I was bored, or maybe because I just wanted to play some Call of Duty. Whatever the reason was, it doesn't differ from the fact that I realized that I liked Black Ops 4. For the first time in a while, I've come back to a game that I thought was horrible and changed my opinion on it. On release day, I really disliked Black Ops 4. Maybe there was better games out. No, who am I kidding? Nothing was out. I just disliked it. The gunplay felt weird, and microtransactions flooded the scene. Another game that month that I anticipated was let down by was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but that's for another video. Okay, back to release. So anyway, when Black Ops 4 came out, there was really other stuff that people were interested. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out soon, and people just had better things to worry about. And Black Ops 4, did really nothing special. It was just a new modern Call of Duty that World War II already promised to do, but clearly failed because the gunplay was horrible and just they just added too many microtransactions. They said they weren't gonna add any guns that would make the game pay to win, but soon they lied, or they went against that. But anyway, when Black Ops 4 came out, I got it on console, but now I play PC, so I have it on PC now. But anyway, when it first came out, I was coming back from a school trip, and I decided to hop on, and I enjoyed it, but like at that time I was a Fortnite nerd, so I just had to played it for a week probably, got to level like not even 20. I'm like probably like 19 on console and just dumped it like I do with a lot of games. Like there's so many games that have just come out, I anticipated them to come out and just flopped tremendously. A good example of that is Destiny 2, which I really anticipated. I love Destiny 1. It's my most played game of all time, and that just flopped hard. But anyway, actually that's interesting because I've also been coming back to Destiny 2 recently when it came out on Steam last October. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. But anyway, Black Ops 4 in its first month of release, it surpassed some sales, but it didn't surpass Modern Warfare 2, of course, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, of course, stuff like that. So people weren't, recently Call of Duty's really been dying off, so that's kind of why their sales have been declining. But anyway, with Modern Warfare here, let me look it up real quick. Okay, so I'm back. So I did some research, about an hour, and I found out that the new Modern Warfare that came out 7 days ago, it outsold Black Ops 4 by a margin, but not like tremendously. Modern Warfare has outsold Black Ops 4 on the first day of release by almost 4 million, which is really surprising because Black Ops 4 was pretty highly anticipated because it wasn't as heavily disliked as it was the Infinite Warfare or World War II trailer. But anyway, this total sales of Black Ops 4 right now, as of the day recording, November 17th, they're 14.3 million, which is, not 17.3 million, which is, not surprising, to say the least, but Modern Warfare 3's sales are 32 million, so that's the most best-selling COD game of all time. But, I mean, it's pretty obvious that, that games have been doing better, right? Black Ops 4 has already outsold Infinite Warfare, and I don't know, it's just, Black Ops 4 had problems on release. Like, there were stuff that just didn't work properly, like some Blackout games would just randomly crash, or the tier system wasn't working, or it just had many problems, and I think that automatically just turned fans off. They were like, okay, done, just go back to Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, the good Call of Duties, or Modern Warfare 2, but the thing, I think the key factor that turned off people was that there was a bigger game out, and I know, dun dun dun, of course it's Fortnite. Fortnite was in its prime in October. I mean, it was on the downhill, but it was mainly coming right off its prime. Summer 2018 was its prime, like prime season Fortnite. That was when it peaked, other than, chapter 2 anyway, but that was when it peaked. Like, I'm pretty sure the Google statistic was 86% on Google Trends. So, I mean, that's not surprising that YouTubers just switch to Fortnite right back. When Black Ops 4 is bad, just switch back to Fortnite. There was a backup game. That's the thing. When Black Ops 3 came out, the reason it did so well is because there was no backup game. It was just Black Ops 3, or you're gonna upload Black Ops 2, another like of Call of Duty before. And I think that's why Black Ops 4 did so bad. And I don't know. When I was playing Black Ops 4, the reason it turned off for me is because microtransactions and Fortnite, and Red Dead Redemption 2 and all these other games. I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well. I mean, I finished the game, of course I had to, but I didn't really enjoy it. After like the first 10 hours, I was like, just get this over with. And that's the real problem, because Black Ops 4 had no replayability. I mean, it's a Call of Duty game, but it didn't have fans coming back. And I think the battle pass system was just an instant turn off. They're like, oh, ripping off Fortnite. Oh my god. And a lot of Call of Duty fans just didn't want to have anything to do with the Fortnite community, because they're kind of like bitter rivals. But I don't know. Like, they just did a lot of things wrong, and Blackout was like, oh, dude, why are we doing this? And that's the reason Modern Warfare did so well, is because there was no stupid Blackout, and it was a return to the OG roots, and that turned people on. That was a turn-on factor. Black Ops 4 had no turn-on factor besides, brand new Call of Duty, but Modern Warfare had a reason for people to come. I mean, I personally liked Black Ops 4. Well, now I do. When it released, I did not. The only Call of Duty that I liked when it released was Black Ops 3. I haven't picked up Modern Warfare yet because, I'm waiting for more reviews to come out, but I don't know. It just seemed like a turnoff on Black Ops 3, going back to Black Ops 4, sorry. But yeah, anyway, thank you for listening to my ramble. I'm going to be coming out with a Pokemon Sword and Shield, or I have Sword, but, both games, review here in the next couple days. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.